What is cracking, everybody? Hello and welcome back to Gaming 101 with Mr. Berger. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at our nice little base that we got here. So the plan for this episode, I was thinking of running over here and putting some more radars down so we could see a little bit further back to our base, but I'm not too worried about that for now. At some point, we're going to need to come back over here and continue our power. And but for the time being, I'm not too worried about that. Our power is looking good for now, so when we do need to make some more power, or some more steam engines and everything, then we can go ahead and run on down there and we can put a radar or two down there when we're over there. So for now, we got a few science packs in there already, so we can start taking a look at our next options for science. We could get green science to unlock the next set of things. Steel is going to be pretty useful. We don't need it quite yet, but we might think about it soon. Electronics, yeah, electronics are good because they open up the door for some other stuff here. That's really useful. We don't need to worry about military stuff too much in this game because we're playing on peaceful mode. If you were not playing on peaceful mode, you definitely do want to worry about military. You really want to consider investing into that early on. The next thing is, stone walls, another military thing, turrets, more military stuff. So optics is lights, and since I have the Afraid of the Dark mod, that unlocks some of these nicer, larger lights that have a very large radius. So we're going to go ahead and do that for our next research. So what I'm thinking about here is we'll probably start to get more iron here. We'll go collect some down there. We are going to need some copper. So I want to run down some copper. Maybe I'll run it directly down and start some smelting over there. Just kind of to the left of the iron smelting. We could just kind of have it separate. And we could start our bus, maybe further down, kind of in between the two. And that should work out pretty nicely. So we can just lay out a couple blueprints while we're here. We'll just get the nice little basic mining blueprint. We can put one there. And you can see that what you do is you line up the power poles and the lights from the left on the previous one and to the right on the current one, and you'll see that the little squares around them now go from kind of a lighter blue to a darker blue. Again, I'm partially colorblind, so I can't see all the colors perfectly, but I think that's what it is. It's definitely a darker color, and then you know that it lines up perfectly. If it looks like this, that's wrong. If it looks like this, it's too far on top of it, so you want to have that nice color change there. I'm just kind of planning this out for later, so I'll know, okay, eventually I can make these mining drills when I need more iron. And okay, that looks good there. Optics are finished, so let's go ahead, and the next thing we can do is start electronics. I'm not too worried about science so much for now. We'll get to that in a little bit, but what we do need is we're going to need some more mining drills, so let's do that. Do we have some belts? We're gonna need some more belts for sure, and we're gonna run on up here and get some copper. Alright, nice big copper patch up here. Let's go ahead and get out that basic mining again. And we can kind of start right around over here. I think that looks good. I think everything in there is getting some sort of ore. Alright, let's go ahead and run this up here. Rotate and run downward. Make sure we're not on top of the mining drill so our character doesn't move off to the side. And then we're going to run the belts downward, just like so. And then let's put in some electricity. And let's go ahead and put a radar up here so that we have vision for it later. Just put it right there for now. Or we'll put it right over here to the side because we might want to build more mining over there. And then make sure that these guys are connected by putting an extra one right up there. And then we're going to have to run electricity down there too. And we're also going to probably, I may make a few more mining drills here. So, get that blueprint out again. And we can do it just like that. And we may not have enough crafted. Yeah, we have 8 crafted right now. So let's do 4 on each side so that it's even. 3, 4, 3, 4. Okay, and then we will run this down here. And what we could do is if we have this running down like this, and we have this one pouring on here, the ore is going to come off of the belt from here, and it's only going to go on the left side of this north-south belt. And it might cause it in the long run later when we get a lot of ore mined, it might cause it to back up a little bit because it's not pouring out into both sides of the belt. So in order to avoid that, we're actually going to rotate this one down like that. And then we're going to use a splitter right there. And then we can just have one lane out, and it'll split everything evenly between the two lanes. So also if there's two lanes coming in and only one lane coming out, it'll split them. You know, it'll be forced to put them into one lane. That's what I'm trying to say. Because it'll be trying to split them evenly through both, but it'll see that the left lane there is non-existent. So everything will have to pour out into the right lane. Next thing we want to do is just make sure that all of this has power. So let's go ahead and do that. And we can do another one up there, and we can always fix that later if we need to. Maybe put one down on the bottom instead. As for lights, we can make a few of these Afraid of the Dark lights now. So let's do a couple of those, and let's put those on our taskbar, maybe down there. And these things create this huge bubble of light. So I'm just going to put one in the middle there, and we'll see when it's nighttime. It creates just this massive amount of light. We'll be able to see it still because of the radar. Alright, let's go ahead and run power down. We'll just do 2 separate trips. We're going to go ahead and run power. And then we're going to run a belt as well. Power is going to connect over here to... Oh boy, we're going to need more power poles. Just barely need more power poles. That's fine, we got plenty of stuff for them. So let's get that, and we just need one more. Okay, now that whole thing has power. And now we've got a bunch of belts. We're probably going to need some more, honestly. Not going to lie. What's our power looking like? So, see, now this production bar is getting kind of towards the center there. So we got to start thinking about, okay, power's starting to run. It's not starting to run out, but it's definitely starting to build up a little bit more. So we got to be cautious and conscious of that. Actually, what I want to do here is I want to make a few more mining drills. Oh, my doggy's over there having dreams. Bonnie, you okay? Yeah, she's fine. Okay, so I'm going to make a few more mining drills and just fill this in while I'm here. I just want to get it done now, and then everything else I can invest into belts. Alright, let's see. I think I have the right amount. 3 more coming, right? Yeah, okay. And then everything else I'm just going to invest into belts, because we're going to need a ton of belts. And honestly, we will probably have to run down there, get some more iron for some more belts. But we'll do that when the time comes. For now, we can fill in this right here. We can get those last few mining drills now. Last one is there. Okay, awesome. Now I have this nice lane of copper coming down. Let's go ahead and, like I said, we're going to run it kind of directly down. We can make it go around that stone and coal patch there, because we may want to use that later. So we'll bring it directly down, and then maybe to the left here, and then directly down again. Let's do that. Okay, so down here, and then at the bottom of the patch here, we're going to go left. And, oh, it's not as far as that uranium patch anyway. Okay, it's going to be a nice little tunnel right in between there. So we'll go partway out to the uranium patch. And then that looks good. We can go directly south from here. And then we can hop on the belt and run downward on it so that we run a little bit quicker. And we can place the belts down a little bit quicker as well. Okay, cool. So at this point, what I'm trying to do is get out to where the oh, dang it, I knew it, we were gonna run out of belts. Okay, that's okay. Get out to where the smelting for the iron is, and once we have that same distance, we're gonna kind of have like a nice, you know, east-west big ol' smelting chain in the long run. That's what we're going for. So we're just kind of positioning it now with that in mind. I'm just kind of thinking big scheme, big scale at this point, you know? Okay, so these are probably all full. Oh, no, they're not, because the boxes are still filling up. Nice. Tons and tons of iron. Oh, man, I got so much iron now. So if I were to shift click the transport belts, it would try to make all of the gear wheels first, and that's not what I want. I don't want to sit there waiting for, 1,000 gear wheels to be made. So I'm just going to right click it a bunch of times. So if you're hearing the clicking over and over, that's why. So that way we get 5 at a time, 5 gear wheels at a time, and then 5 belts at a time. And that's going to be a little bit more plausible for what I want. Okay, we can run directly up from now. And, okay, that's plenty of belts. From here, we can run south. And we're going to run out again here real soon. But that's okay. Let's get rid of this thing here. Now after that, we're probably going to need a few more inserters. And we're probably going to need a few more stone furnaces. Okay, cool. And let's go ahead and keep running down south now. Oops, did not mean to put that to the side there. Alright, we're almost there. And we got more and more belts being made. If we take a look at the map here, we can see, yeah, see it's there. So to be directly west of there would be right about here. So we just need to come down a little bit further. You can control alt click and that'll ping something on the map. So you can see the ping down there, and that's about where we want to go to, a little bit further south than we want to go actually. But just a a nice little trick if you weren't aware of that. Okay. I really would like to have it line up perfectly, if possible. So, in order to do that, we're going to head on over here, and we're going to get the basic smelting blueprint. We're going to put it right there, and we're just going to run directly left from here. And I don't mind if there's space in between and that doesn't line up perfectly, but like as far as it being north to south wise, I kind of wanted it to line up nicely, and honestly it looks like it's going to come in right on top there. Perfect. Okay, so that's what I want, and is that the right place for the copper? No, let's go ahead and get it out again now that we know that it lines up perfectly right there, and we're gonna have it right about there. Okay, nice. That's the one that we want for the copper. Okay, cool. And then at this point, we just fill all this in. And Q is super helpful when filling in big blueprints like this. We can get rid of the combinators. That's not necessary. Because if you're having trouble like figuring out, okay, what belt is facing what direction, especially if you're new to the game, I know that can be really frustrating. Just press Q, like especially with like corners or something, or figuring out like turns like this right here. Press Q to deselect whatever you have selected, and then press Q again while hovering over what you want to select, and then just click, and it'll put it in the right direction. And then this one we can see we're just going to run everything directly down. Something in the way there. Let's get rid of it. Alright, cool. And then we can get rid of that there. That's just telling us what's going to come out of the bottom. And we are going to have to run coal all the way over here, but that's okay. We're setting up now for the long run. We get it all set up now, and then once we want to expand and get, like, for example, more rows of smelting or a few more rows of mining, we'll already have all the belts and everything laid out. We've already like done the planning for as far as like where we're gonna put stuff and everything. So it's it's a lot of work right now, but it's gonna make things a little bit easier in the long run. And after all, that pretty much is this game. It's just a bunch of work, right? Figuring out things, automating more things, making everything easier and easier so that you can make harder things easier, and yeah, more and more of that. Okay, I do need more inserters. I'm good on belts for now, so let's go ahead and right click some of these belts to get rid of them. Oh man, I made so many. Oh my goodness. Okay, now let's go ahead and get some inserters. In the meantime, we can fill in the power poles. There we go. That's all the power poles. We will need to run power and coal over here. We could have the coal come directly across, or we have it right here, right? I could cut it across east to west from here. That's an option. or I could do it up here and then have it come down south. Either way works. Not really a big deal. Okay. Let's finish filling in all of this though. Get some more inserters in there. And then once we get the inserters, we can do that power. We can set up the coal. Let's get rid of these lights. And let's put in one of our nice big lights. That thing is great. It doesn't have power, so we wouldn't be able to see it right now, but I wasn't paying attention to when it was nighttime. It looks like it's not night right now, but if it is, and I remember, maybe I will take a look at one of the other areas where we already placed down one of those lights. Alright, we still need a few more inserters. So, just hang tight for those to be made. Shouldn't take long. Alright, there we go. Okay, this whole thing is set up. It's good to go. We're in business. So let's go ahead and run power first. We'll run it up top. We'll run one here. And then we're just going to run it out from here. And then... Oops. For the sake of keeping it kind of symmetrical, I'll remove that and keep it in a nice straight line here. And then that should connect right over here. There we go. That's what I want. Okay. Like I said, there's a lot of different ways we could do the coal. I've already got a belt running down here. I can switch it later if I decide I don't like this. So what I'm going to do for now is I'm going to split some of this coal off. Let's make a splitter to do that. We're also going to need a couple underground belts. Oh, we have them already. Okay. First thing we're going to need, though, yeah, like I said, is a splitter. Let's see. I think I had these two in different spots, actually. I think that one was there. And then splitter was there. Okay. Yeah. That's what I'm used to it being as. Alright, so what I'm doing here is I'm splitting. Let me redo that and explain what I did. I'm splitting the coal, right? I'm putting a splitter so it splits the coal from one lane into two. I'm taking that other lane, I'm curving it off to the right here, and then down and then to the left to make this little squiggly, so that there's room to put an underground belt from one side east to the west side there. If I had tried to do it differently, like for example, if I just try to put the underground belt right here, it's not going to work. There's no way to get the coal in there. If I put it in like that, only half the coal is going to go through. I want to get the full amount, so I'm going to do that little squiggly guy right there. That gets the full amount of coal through. And if you want to, make use of the space, underground belts, level 1 ones, the green ones can go, I think, 4 units without breaking. Which is why we have our bus with 4 spaces in between, but I will get to that eventually. Alright, we're going to run this over here. And this is why we made a bunch of those belts, by the way. And we're going to, yeah, there we go. Get rid of that because it might be in the way. Oh boy, I keep doing this. Okay, let's hop on the belt here. And there we go, that'll be better. Run a little bit faster. Okay, cool. This is bringing the coal over, as I said, and we don't want to put a splitter here because we're not trying to mix these belts. We're trying to run the... Oh, wait. Sorry, the coal I want on the left there. So let's actually remove this, and we're going to do an underground belt. Right there. And then for the sake of symmetry and keeping it close, we'll do a nice little squiggly there. Bring it down here. And we should be in business. We now have copper and iron fully, running by itself. It's being mined, it's being smelted. Let's make, like 6 of these guys. Do the same thing we did over there. Put some inserters to put them in there. And then let's get another 2 power poles right on over there. And that is looking pretty good. I like it. Looks nice. Okay, so we have copper automated. We have iron. And we could do stone real soon. I'm not too worried about stone because stone is not super important early on. We are going to need some of it for furnaces though, so we can just do like a small amount. But we could also, just kind of get it set up for, like I said, the long term. Let's take a look at our power now. Power's actually looking okay. We're going to need to get some more at some point. but not a big deal right now. So why don't we go ahead and grab a stone patch here, and we can run a nice path of stone down, and we can just get that set up. We might as well. Okay, so we're gonna need some more of those guys. Oh boy, actually, now that I think about it, we're gonna need the drills even more, because we've got a few belts already. So let's do, it's 14 mining drills in that little setup that I had there, and start clearing a little bit of wood while we're making those drills there. Let's do the basic mining again, and we can start, let's start all the way to the right here. Well, I'm not going to use a lot of stone. We can just kind of start in the middle. It's not a big deal because I kind of want to run it down from the middle there, honestly. So we will run some belts here. Can start right there. We don't need that top one really because we're not using anything that pours onto it. Where's the... There we go. Power poles. They're really hard to see when they're on top of something like stone, which is why that click and hold option is very nice for sure. Let's go ahead and put a light here. Let's connect these guys right there and run this down a little bit, and let's start putting in some of the drills. Okay, we got a few more being built, so in the meantime we can run some belts down, and we'll just put down what we can for the time being. We'll get rid of this big guy in the way for now too. Could always do an underground belt to get under it, but we might as well just mine it for now. Okay, cool. And then, well, this is being built. We can run back up here, and we should have a few more mining drills in hand now. Alright, there we go. Got a couple more I need to wait on to be built. Can we see... Do I keep missing the dark nighttime or what? Or is it just like super light everywhere? Am I... What's going on here? I must just be too distracted by placing down what we're doing that I keep missing the nighttime. It's not as obvious when you don't have the default, you know, lights and stuff, when you have something a little bit nicer with the Afraid of the Dark mod. Alright, I think one more drill. Yep, there we go. And let's go ahead and... Oh, we need more belts now, that's right. So let's make a bunch of belts. And that's going to need power too. So I guess while we're waiting for the belts to be made, rather than just, you know, sitting there, we can run power. Let's see, where do we want to run it to? That would be good. Just run it directly east there. Where's this getting power from? Yeah, from there. Okay. So we're just gonna run it east by clicking and holding. There we go. And we could just run this right through here. Trees are still in good condition. Let's go ahead and go up there. Alright, awesome. Oh, not quite connected, sorry. There we go. Okay, now we run back. We can go ahead and set up all the... oh, the stone's going down already, because it's connected already. And we can finish those belts. And then we can move on to a little bit of smelting for the stone. And then, yeah, we've got a really nice start here, and we're about ready to get started with our bus. We may want to do a little bit of steel. Not super necessary yet, but we can keep that in mind. That's going to be over by the copper, because it uses copper, and you just double smelt it pretty much. Got to research that as well, though. But honestly, real soon we're just going to want to start making our bus and start mass producing and automating a lot of things. So let's move this. We're just gonna put them down as ghosts for now, just to kind of get a feel for how far we want to run it out. So let's get rid of these guys because they're in the way and they're bothering me. I'd rather just get rid of them now. Okay, basic smelting. Put one there, put one there. Put one there, put one there. Okay, cool. Let's have this one. It's going to come in nicely right around there. So let's turn it to the right here and bring it down directly. And then this one's going to need to be coal. So once again, we can just split the coal right here. Rotate it and bring the coal down here. And we can just keep it in the same fashion, just kind of have it squiggle there and go side by side. So that one is coal there, and that one is the ore. And then, oh, we're gonna need a couple more splitters. So where'd they go? There we go. We are good on belts. I need those splitters more. And we can make a few more belts after that. And do we have enough furnaces? Well, let's make a handful more anyway, because they're really quick and easy to make. And that's about all I'm really using stone on right now. Come on, splitter, hurry up. There we go. Okay. Now let's fill this in. We're going to run the belts all the way down here. And let's run this one back up. Whoops. If you accidentally do something, you can do Control Z. And it will redo or undo whatever you did. And the bots, when you get bots, will automatically take care of that. But for the time being, until you get them, it basically just marks it and tells you, like, deconstruct this, and it'll re-put down any blueprint or ghost that you may have accidentally deleted if you, like, misplace something and build it over another ghost. Alright, here we go. Oh yeah, that's right. I can just click and hold. It's so much easier. Okay, there we go. Oh, what? I ran out of power poles? Really? I thought I had a bunch of those. Okay, well, in the meantime, we'll be making these. We're gonna need some more of those. And, ooh, yeah, we also need inserters. I like to spam belts when I'm not doing anything else. But we're good on that right now. Inserters are kind of the priority. So let's make those guys right there. Okay, next would be some more power. Alright, that power is all good. Let's just connect it right up here. And then everything is connected power-wise. Get rid of those. And let's put, whoops, that's not what I wanted. Let's put a big light down there. I would like to put a radar out here somewhere, actually. So let's get it just kind of as far south as we can. And we can move it later, like I mentioned, but for now, we'll just kind of place it right there. And then we have, oh yeah, we just need to run the coal in here. There we go. We have the coal in there. Now we need to put all the inserters. And let's go ahead and still need more inserters. That's the big demand right now. I don't know if there's anything else I need. So let's just kind of wait for those inserters to be built. We're going to want a few of these guys as well. So we'll put those in the queue. And let's do this right here. Gonna need even more inserters than I planned. Let's make as many as we can. We need a ton of these guys. And, you know, pretty soon we'll be replacing them for fast inserters and stuff. But right now we got everything that we need to basically get started here. And start a nice little bus. So that we can automate everything else. Alright, just waiting on those inserters. We did do the chests. I want one more. So let's go ahead and do 3 on each side, just like we've been doing. I just need one more. And where is the power pole? There we go. Put one there, so that we can power the inserters. And I'm going to need to get more copper for more inserters. That's actually what I need. So in order to do that, we just control click some of those boxes, and that's why we've had them there. And suddenly I can make a ton more inserters. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and put those guys there so that we can start pouring out some of this stone. And then we will, let's see, yeah, continue to fill in these guys up here. Do we have enough? Looks like we got just enough. Okay, awesome. Looks like everything's powered now. And you can see everything has that kind of green light in the bottom left there because of bottlenecks, so we know that they're all working. Alright guys, this is a great looking start, not gonna lie. We have copper smelting set up. We have a nice copper mining thing set up here as well. I didn't put a radar up there. I would like to do that. But we have that, what is it, the stone mining setup and the stone smelting setup down there. I think so far our Let's make another radar. Our power is okay, so not too worried about that. And I want to get that radar built, so let's cancel some of these inserters. There we go. All right, there we go. So I want to get a radar as far out here as I can, because this area isn't really filled yet, or scouted out yet. Not the fish. That's not what I want. Okay, let's put it there for now. And as I said, we can move it later if we need to. All right, and what else did we do? Well, we did iron last time. Nice little setup there. We continued to expand it with some ghosts. Just preemptively planning for what we're going to do. There's our iron smelting. We're going to run back over there pretty soon. You can see that stuff's getting filled up with some iron. So we're going to use that soon. But at this point, honestly, we could probably start making our bus real soon. We don't have to worry about, biters or anything in this map because we're playing without them. Well, not playing without them, but we're playing with them on peaceful. So we can take our nice sweet time and expand really big and, make use of all this room. And I think it's coming out nicely, guys. So I guess that is it for tonight's video. So thank you so much for watching all the way till the end here. I really appreciate it. You were awesome. Be sure to leave the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. That'll definitely help out. And make sure to leave excuse me, I can't speak. Make sure to leave a comment in the comment section below, because I want to hear what you guys have to say about the series, if you're enjoying it, how you're enjoying this game, if you have any suggestions, and if you'd like to say anything else. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and have a good night.